Singing with the ACO is first of all, it's fun. You know, it's an amazing experience for me. This has been my third tour I've done since about 2000, so I feel so privileged to do it, and it's always an excitement to, you know, wells up in me months in advance, the idea of that I'm going to stand in this mix of musicians and get to perform in a way which, for some reason, I don't experience in my other genres that I do. You know, it's something that's I can never quite put my finger on what it is, but there's something which sort of lifts you up and, you know, takes you on this, you know, incredible journey, and you have fun creating music which you may have sung before or performed before, but you can approach it in a way which is almost new, and it's such an amazing experience. I've chosen the Beethoven Angeferne Geliebte, To a Distant Beloved. It was actually scored for piano and voice, and it was, or is, the very first true song cycle written. His songwriting was something which he was passionate about, and this had a very personal touch for him. It was written about someone that it was written for someone that he was madly in love with, but never actually was with. Yeah, the words are based on sort of a simile of nature to love. He talks about as the title says, it's to a distant beloved, and it's using if I can imagine him sitting on a hill in the European countryside, and he sees the clouds, or he sees the creek, and he sees the birds, and he asks these individual parts of nature to carry his words to his beloved. And I guess it's you know, a way of what you want to say to someone, but you don't actually say to them. You just think it and hope that they somehow know what you're thinking about. And you know, he says, light clouds, take them across on the wind with you. You know, take these words with you on the wind. And it is very romantic. The other part of the program is for me anyways, the Richard Rodney Bennett 6 nursery rhymes. And the idea sort of came up in discussion with the ACO. At first, the idea of singing nursery rhymes sounded kind of crazy to me. You know, it didn't seem quite right. But then these are a different take on what we would traditionally know as these nursery rhymes. It's Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, The Mouse and the Bumblebee, There Was an Old Lady. Richard Rodney Bennett has covered a great deal of genres, from jazz to classical to film scores. He wrote the film score for 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and the music to Doctor Who and all those sorts of things. But he was also a prolific classical writer as well. But these nursery rhymes are kind of maybe slightly politically incorrect, or they touch on areas that are they sort of go back to the roots of what nursery rhymes were about. They were originally came from drinking songs or thought of old pagan rituals, and eventually they were sort of used as like rhymes as education for children, obviously. But these are a very different take on it, and they were written in 2002, and so yeah, it's going to be they're kind of funky and a bit edgy. But still the nursery rhymes. So yeah, it'll be fun.